a virtual assistant can be the most amazing experience ever, or perhaps the worst experience. It all depends on you and how well you delegate tasks to your virtual assistant. And we're going to talk today about 5 ways that you can delegate tasks like a pro to get the best outcome and to take as little time as possible. As a busy entrepreneur, hiring a virtual assistant can absolutely change your business. But part of that requires you being an amazing delegator. We want to make sure you get the best results from your virtual assistant and that you're very efficient with your time, because the goal is to have your virtual assistant doing tasks so that you can go off and grow your business, make more sales, spend more time with your clients. So let's talk about how you can do that. So I'm Kirsten with 6 Figure Business Coaching, and if you're new here, welcome. We're really glad to have you. If you like this content, please subscribe to our channel for more content just like this. So let's jump in. So the first thing I want to talk about is clearly defining expectations. So when you're delegating tasks to your virtual assistant, make sure that you're very clear on what you want them to do and what you expect the outcome to be. Make sure to take the time to provide detailed instructions and to give them a deadline. Also make sure to let them know any preferences you may have on how you want things done. The more clarity you provide, the better understanding they will have to meet or exceed your expectations. The second tip is effective communication. And in all honesty, I feel like this is the most important part of delegating tasks and being a great leader in your business. It's important to establish open lines of communication with your virtual assistant. Now, we help our clients hire what we refer to as marketing virtual assistants. And when they first start off with a virtual assistant, we recommend that they meet with them daily for the first 1, 2, or 3 weeks. After that, they can go down to 2 to 3 meetings a week, and eventually they go down to just 1 meeting a week. This allows them to really set up great communication with their virtual assistant. It allows them to encourage their virtual assistant. So I want to kind of share a story about how important it is to encourage your team to ask questions. When our clients are hiring the marketing virtual assistants, we've actually already vetted the virtual assistant, we put them through a training, and we've actually hired them for a paid internship. So when our clients are meeting with the potential person that they're going to hire, they end up meeting 2, 3, sometimes 4 marketing virtual assistants. And what they're looking for is really personality or passion connections, because all of them can do the task of the marketing virtual assistant. So just the other night, I had a meet and greet, and one of the virtual assistants asked one of our clients, the person who was going to be hiring someone, a really awesome question. And that question was, you work a full-time job and you have 2 businesses and you're hiring someone to work 40 hours a week for you. Are you really going to have the time to be able to get back and give feedback and instruction on the tasks that you want done? Now, let me tell you, some people might think that question could be offensive, but let me tell you, it blew our client away because she was like, wow, that's like a really insightful question. And she said, yes. She said, I'm very good at time management, and I knew when I wanted to hire someone 40 hours that I was going to have to invest the time to make sure that I could give feedback and I could give instructions and I could spend time with you. So I could absolutely assure you that it will be a priority for me. Now, this was just an awesome question that this young lady asked, and to let the client know that she was really thinking things through. And she knew the importance of her being able to do her job required her new boss to give her information in a timely manner. So always encourage your virtual assistants to ask questions. Let them know that there's no such thing as a silly question, because this is a huge part of communication. In the comments below, I would love to know if you have any tips or tricks when it comes to delegating tasks like a pro. So tip number 3 is providing resources. In order to set your virtual assistant up to have success, you want to make sure you're providing them with everything that they need. So this can be logins and passwords. It can be software that they need to download. It can be documents or files. It can also be courses or trainings that you have. If you have things that will help your virtual assistant to do their job effectively and efficiently, make sure to provide all of those resources. So the 4th thing, which is probably my second favorite tip after communication, is going to be SOPs and workflows. Now, as business owners, we generally are not fantastic at creating SOPs and workflows. SOPs are standard operating procedures. It's really documenting everything that gets done in your business and how it gets done. But it is imperative to have this documentation so that you can delegate to your virtual assistant without having to spend a lot of time going through every single thing with them. So SOPs and workflows are a must. And let me tell you why. To ensure effective delegation and task management, it's critical to have a structured approach in place. We highly recommend using a project management software. By using a project management software, you can streamline task assignments, track progress, and communicate seamlessly on each individual project. Because my business partner owns a marketing agency, she started setting up all of the workflows and the SOPs for her business about 15 years ago. And obviously they've been edited and added to and evolved and changed over time. But because our clients are hiring marketing virtual assistants, we're actually able to provide her agency workflow documentation for our clients and for their virtual assistants. So if you're just setting up SOPs or workflows, please realize that it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, because when you think about all the things that you do them automatically. So you're not thinking about each individual little tiny step. So when you start to create them, realize you might miss a step or two, but you'll figure that out with your virtual assistant as you move through your workflows, as you move through your SOPs. So please invest the time and the energy to set them up. Once they're done, I would say they're never 100% done, but once they're set up, all you're doing is tweaking over time as things change a little bit. So number 5 is treating your virtual assistant or your marketing virtual assistant like a valued team member. Just like having an employee, it's really important for the people that are working for you to buy into you, to buy into your vision for your business, and also to buy into the role that they're meant to play in the success of the business. So you really want to make sure that you're treating them like a team member, not like someone that's halfway around the world and kind of an afterthought. And some of the ways that you can do that is let them know when they've exceeded your expectations. Jeanne is a graphic designer by trade and she's a marketer. And sometimes we have virtual assistants that create design elements that absolutely blow her away. And so she's always telling them, like, this is amazing. I don't think I would have come up with this concept. I love it. So always give feedback, especially when it exceeds your expectations. Make sure that you're providing bonuses. If your business is doing well and you have a great month, share the wealth, so to speak. Let them know that you appreciate the part that they did to contribute to your success. And the next thing is paid time off. Again, we all feel valued and appreciated when we get feedback and we're appreciated, and when we actually are given time off. We all need downtime, and when you provide that for your team members, it lets you know that you value them as people, not just team members. One of our virtual assistants had only been with us for about 8 months, but she was going on maternity leave. And so we were preparing for that as far as who was going to take over her task. And she had made a couple comments about trying to save money, for her maternity leave. And we just decided that even in the short period of time that she'd been with us, she had just really proven herself to us. She stepped up, she took on different things for us. And so Jeanne and I talked about it, and we let her know that, hey, don't worry about finances because we're going to pay you when you're on maternity leave. She was blown away. But again, this was a small way for us to let her know how much we appreciated her and how we want to have her with us, for a long time. Like, we're not looking at our team members as short term. We're looking for them to be with us for years and years. In fact, most of our clients, when they hire the marketing virtual assistant, they keep them for years. And that's really important for a couple of reasons. 1, it takes a lot of time to hire the right person. 2, it takes time to train them and get them up and running. So by treating your people like a valued team member, you won't have excessive turnover. And this is going to make your business more profitable, and it's going to save you a lot of headaches with hiring new people over and over and over again. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Also, we have a free guide for you. It's called Double Your Income with a Marketing Virtual Assistant, and I will put a link in the description below. Thanks for watching this video.